Good morning everyone. Welcome in my YouTube channel. My name is Aradhana. I am a teacher by profession. Today I am going to discuss diseases caused by microorganisms in humans and plants. First of all, I would like to discuss about human. Tuberculosis is caused by bacteria, transmitting agent air, and preventive measures are complete isolation of the infected person. Measles, causative microorganism, viruses, transmitting agent air, and preventive measures, vaccination at suitable age. Chickenpox, causative microorganism, viruses, and transmitting agent air or contact, and vaccination at suitable age. Polio, causative microorganism, viruses, transmitting agent air or water, and preventive measures, vaccination at suitable age. Cholera, caused by bacteria, transmitting agent water or food, preventive measures, drinking boiled water. Typhoid, caused by bacteria, transmitting agent water, and preventive measures, drinking boiled water, maintaining personal hygiene, taking proper cooked food. These are the preventive measures for cholera and typhoid both. Then hepatitis B, caused by viruses, transmitting agent water. What should be done? Use boiled water and vaccination. Malaria, causative microorganism, protozoa, and transmitting agent mosquito. What should be done? Use of repellent such as nets and destroying breeding ground. Flies are the most common among all the disease carriers. They carry germs of diseases from the infected person's excreta or the garbage to the food and drinking water of a healthy person. How can we control diseases caused by flies? Food must be kept covered. Proper sanitation should be maintained in the kitchen. Garbage should be properly discharged. Insecticide should be sprayed. And there is one more example of disease causing carrier, that is the mosquito. The female Anopheles mosquito is the causative agent for the malaria. This mosquito carries the parasite of malaria, Plasmodium vivax. One more carrier is the female Aedes mosquito, which carries dengue virus. How can we control diseases caused by mosquitoes? Mosquito breed in water, so water must not be allowed to collect anywhere. Living in tires, coolers, flower pots, etc. Keeping the surroundings clean and dry. Spraying of kerosene on the surface of water to form a thin film. This blocks oxygen and kills larvae of mosquitoes. Plant diseases caused by microorganisms. Plant diseases. Citrus canker, causative organism is bacteria, mode of transmission air. Rust of wheat, causative organisms fungi, mode of transmission air and seeds. Rust of rice, caused by fungi and mode of transmission air and seeds. Yellow vein mosaic of lady's finger, causative organism viruses, mode of transmission insect. How can we protect these plants? By using insecticides, weedicides, and spray of chemicals. Now, nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen is one of the essential constituents of all living organisms. The atmospheric air contains 78% nitrogen, but it cannot be directly utilized by plants and animals. The nitrogen fixing bacteria and algae present in the soil fix atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates and nitrites. Once nitrogen is converted into its usable form, it can be utilized by plants through their root system. This process is known as fixing of nitrogen. The cycle of processes in which nitrogen in the atmosphere is pushed into the soil and life forms and then released back to the atmosphere is called nitrogen cycle. Certain bacteria and blue-green algae present in the soil do this process of conversion. Once nitrogen is converted into its usable compound, it can be taken up by plants and soil through the root system. Then these compounds are used for the synthesis of plant proteins and compounds. Animals in turn get these proteins from plants on which they feed. When plants and animals die, microbes, bacteria and fungi present in the soil perform important function of decomposing the nitrogen compound into simpler compounds of nitrates, ammonia, nitrate, etc. These compounds are absorbed by the plant. Certain bacteria also control the simpler compounds of nitrogen into nitrogen gas, which enters the atmosphere. Decay of plant bodies also release ammonia in nature, and this process is called ammonification. Ammonia thus formed is converted into nitrites by nitrosomonas bacteria, and then nitrites are converted into nitrates by nitrobacter bacteria, and this process is called nitrification. Part of nitrites and nitrates of the soil are acted upon by another class of bacteria called pseudomonas. They are called denitrifying bacteria, which release free nitrogen back to the air. This process is called denitrification, and in this way the percentage of nitrogen remains constant in the atmosphere. You can look here at the diagram.